أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مدد يا سلطان الأولياء مدد يا شيخ مردان دستور. Welcome to this channel, Sufistic Mystic, broadcasting to you once again. We are still on the road, or still on the mountain, right? Through the journey. So today, the big topic, evil eye again. I should actually make a video also on the different archetypes of protection, right? So also someone asked me, because I think I mentioned in one of the last videos that there are 99 names which are Jamali and Jalali. So there are subcategories for different purposes in life. There are different subcategories of the 99 names, right? So protection, and in the protection we have the evil eye, right? It's even by the Prophet, and the Prophet ﷺ said that evil eye is the main cause of death. That's very interesting. So that's the main thing we have to deal and protect from. As you know from the old video, I had the 5 levels of black magic, and evil eye is one of them. And gossip. We will also talk on gossip today because, yes, we have the different verses from the Quran. I have an old video of MashaAllah la quwwata illa billah. This is from the Surah Kaf. It's especially for the end times, the Ahir Zaman. And it's also connected to the 7 sleepers once again, right? So I will share this square now. It's a 5x5. It's extracted from the number 650, which is MashaAllah la quwwata illa billah, right? We make the 5x5, and it's also the name Dayan. Yes? So we go like this: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Ali. Yeah, Ali. 120, Alim, no, not here, 150, 130, yes, 130, 140, Alim, 50, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250. This is the square. You can write that in a special timing. Check the other videos, so take the courses. Or just any time. One of the observations, of course, is also that the people who just make it, and then later they found out, oh, this was just in the right time. Amazing, congratulations, yes. Because this is also connected to the fitra. The fitra is also connected to the natural intuition of the human, right? So this is the best square against evil eye, I think, because it's also connected to Mars. And you can make one, you can burn one, usually immediate effects. This is one of the squares where I said these are immediate effects, especially when you write it the first time. It vanishes, all the evil eye, because evil eye also, it's an energy that accumulates within us. So, MashaAllah la quwwata illa billah, it's a protective name, verse. We call it also name, right? Because the whole thing is a name, right, also. Allah taught Adam the names. And the verses are in the creation. Anyhow, this is the name, the verse, which is very good for protection from evil eye. So I'm just going to go into those verses which maybe are less known. And at the end, I will also talk about the secret verse, right? Which really no one knows, which is in the Sir al-Jalil by Imam Shadili mentioned. I will talk on that later, which encompasses as well evil eye and gossip, protection from gossip, and sending it back, because mashallah la quwwata illa billah, it's a cleansing one. It's a protective and a cleansing one. So it cleanses also the old evil eye that was done to you, right? Because this is a black energy, like a black thing that is accumulating within us, right? It's like a disease. I'm just searching for the Siraj Jalil here. Here it is. So I have it prepared for later. Yes. So I'm just going to talk about those, not about the known ones like Falaq and Nas, right? Everyone knows that. Yes, Falaq and Nas. It's just very potent and use it. The thing is, mashallah la quwwata illa billah, you can more quickly invoke the muwakkil, the angel, right, to this. Because if you recite it, whatever, 125,000 times, will be connected also to you. So the thing that I talked about, the muwakkilin, it's also connected to the verses. I have to really go into that more, because I saw many people interested in that. So Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil has also a muwakkil, for example. So mashallah la quwwata illa billah, it's also connected to a muwakkil, right? These are from the letters, are created from the letters and from the sounds and from the frequencies, right? And from the numbers, right? So that's that. Then we have a maybe medium known name, which is وَإِنْ يَكَدُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَيُزْلِقُونَ بِأَبْصَارِهِمْ لَمَّا سَمِعُوا الذِّكْرَ وَيَقُولُونَ إِنَّهُ لَمَجْنُونَ. This is from the story when they have been saying, oh, the Prophet ﷺ is mad, right? And then this Quran verse was revealed, and it was saying, no, you are not mad, right? You're not crazy. This is, yes, we can see why they have been saying to him he is crazy. We don't know, but if we are working with numbers, quickly people will say we are crazy, right? So especially in this field, it's very important to use this verse, because it's also changing the thought patterns and the vision of that, right? Anyhow, I'm not going to talk too much on this verse. When يَكَدُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Mashallah la quwwata illa billah, very good. Well, one thing I can say to you, وَإِنْ يَكَدُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, you can write that. There is a special method to write it. You write the Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the Fatiha, and between each ayat you write وَإِنْ يَكَدُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, right? You put it in water and you wash yourself with that. Very good. You can, of course, if you do it with a saffron ink, what you learn in the courses, links down below, even more powerful. But I'm just saying, do it. Yes? You can wash off a lot of evil eye. This is also more cleansing, right? And now, I mean, evil eye is the main reason for, I mean, one of the, maybe the main, or at least in the top, maybe 5 or top 3 reasons for all the bad things that are happening here, right? Yes, the devil, the shaitan was the first one to be envious, have evil eye, because we say evil eye, but this is envy. Envy is also bad thought and so on, but yes, to be envious. And if we can really operate that archetype out of our, cleanse this archetype out of our lives, this negative influence, we will have much more openings, right? And also, yes, this thing about brain fog and also depressions, they can come from evil eye, right? But still, I will do a video on the different archetypes of protection. So there is another verse, yes, let's come to this, which is فَلَمَّا رَأَيْنَاهُ أَكْبَرْنَا وَقَطْ عَنْ أَيْدِينَا وَقُلْنَا هَشَّاءَ لِلَّهِ مَا هَذَا بَشَرًا إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا مَلَكٌ كَرِيمٌ. And this is against evil eye. It is also against, big time against gossip. And it's also sending the energies back, right? Why and how? Because this is from the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, right? And I think it was Zulayha, right? Who had him as a servant. And then everyone was like, oh, they were envious. And then she invited all of them to eat at her place. And she wanted to show her Yusuf, how beautiful he is. And so that they understand why she's like basically so crazy about him, right? So this verse is the verse of the knives. Right? I hope I can find it here. Otherwise I have to take my other book. Here, yes. Perfect. Very good. So this is the square of the verse. It is amazing square, and it's sending the energy back, because what happened then Yusuf alayhi salam came in, and they were, in that time, they were cutting tomatoes, or I don't know, apples or something, and they were so flashed by the light of Yusuf, they said, oh, this must be an angel, and then they cut their fingers. So basically all the gossip they have been doing about him went back to them. Important verse, and it's very unknown, maybe also because it's a little bit dangerous, right? But we have to use it. I mean, if someone has the inspiration, because as I said, I gave the example last time, the enemy will not stop, so they have to see and learn on their own. Oh, I have even the surah here, surah 12:31, right? I will not share the abjad. You can calculate this on your own, and I highly recommend to make, for those who had the courses, to make to calculate on your own some kind of a abjad square from that, like a 5x5 or something like this. Very potent, right? Or infuse it in a, for example, the Suqut al-Khamr, into a Suleimani Akik. Very potent. So yes, this is not only this is protection, but also sending back. It's like mirroring the thing. It's very important, because otherwise this can be, yes, a long journey. Anyhow, it's a long journey. But if we use those things, mirroring the evil eye, people, it will be way easier, right? So this is the verse of the knives. Use it. Quran was sent to use it, alhamdulillah. Yes, and that, of course, one important thing here is we have the different archetypes now also of cleansing or protecting from evil eye, the different surahs I mentioned, right? So it's good to have the whole journey through it. This is a talisman I'm just making right now. Hope you can see it. It's in the process, right? It's not finished. Let's do. Okay, I like this. Right? So you have here many squares in there. This is not only one square. This is for a bigger talisman, right? You have the different archetypes of protection of many in that. So they are also overlapping. But of course you want them to overlap, because the overlapping makes the whole thing very strong, right? And then they can also regenerate quicker, like each square is impacting another. So I just showed this one, right? فَلَمَّا for example, in the book, مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ by Imam Shalili, it's not mentioned in the book, right? But imagine you write those together, very potent. Oh, here, of course, also you have mentioned other names, yeah? Wahid, yes, Wahid, Malik. One square is good, but the alchemy of the squares is better. There's no one and done, right? As you see also with the exaltation stones, one can really transform your life already. And it's also enough. Yeah, also if you write this once. The thing is also, maybe you write that once, and maybe after few months, few weeks, you will have inspiration to write it in the correct timing. This is befriending. Even you didn't do the recitation of 125,000. Write it once a month, for example. This is befriending, and maybe you make that for a few months, and maybe this will be equal to making the recitation. Very possible. But generally, I really say the complex talismans are the thing. And as you see, I'm not finished. So these are never, ever copied talismans that I'm doing. And the copied ones, once again, I repeat it all the time, but they don't have power, right? Why now gossip also? Why gossip is so important to be protected from? Because nowadays everyone is saying, oh, I don't mind what others think. And in a way it's right, it's correct. We shouldn't mind what others think. But at the same time, we have to protect ourselves from the bad thoughts. Because these are, everyone is a manifestation. This is the point. Everyone is basically making magic without knowing. Everything has a cause and effect. Oh, I have to make a video on that also, right? Why we have to make talismans? Why we have to eat? Why we have to go to the doctor? Everything has a cause and effect. Anyhow, the gossip has a big effect in the unseen, right? It's like already the third level of black magic, right? Because it's already spoken, it's manifested, it's not only thought, or it's not only energy, it's like really manifested. Right? And then the next level would be actually what they call the smear campaign, which is the fitna, right? To protect from that, that is another level, right? But we have the gossip, and the Prophet ﷺ said, if someone is gossiping about another one, this is like they are eating the meat of the dead person, of the dead brother. So this is actual energy vampirism. And I see this in in most of the spiritual communities. There's a lot of that. So it's all gone, the whole work. Anyhow, we have to protect from that because this is really making big damage. So now I learn for myself. Even I see someone maybe gossiping more often about someone else, especially when it's a friend. No way. Because this means they will do it also about you, right? Very important to protect from that. At the same time, I mean, there is this balance, right? Don't mind what they think. At the same time, you have, in a way, you have to. Not. I hope you get the point here. Yeah? Maybe one makes an action that is unnecessary, and then people start gossiping. Also, this is a kind of protection from that, right? So we don't do these things. This is also good to keep certain things for ourselves, right? Because people will start gossiping and things like that. So this is very important. This is why this verse فَلَمَّا رَأَيْنَاهُ أَكْبَرْنَا وَقَطَعْنَا أَيْدِيَهُمْ وَقُلْنَا حَاشَا لِلَّهِ مَا هَذَا بَشَرٌ إِنْ هَذَا إِلَّا مَلَكٌ كَرِيمٌ is very important. And yeah, see you in the next video. Keep the beats moving. Salams.